The recording has started.
Yippee.
Me and Jackover, are ranking
Hello.
all of the
We're
Pikmin types in all the
throughout all
games.
four games.
So,
Now for people, keep in mind I have not finished one,
yeah, you
but
haven't finished one. That's
see-
fair.
seeing some stuff, seeing some stuff from the first game, I kind of know what they do.
Yeah.
But I played
So,
two,
bef-
three, and
yeah.
four, so I'm caught up with
So
them.
before we get in, I'm gonna. So S tier. These are the Pikmin that the game basically revolves around. Like these are the ones that you use. You want them pretty much in every single situation. They are rather really good in combat, or really good in puzzles, or they're really good utility Pikmin. A tier Pikmin are
Yeah.
really
A
good.
A tier, if you like for A tier,
Mhm.
they're probably like a little bit of must have in the
Yeah,
squad
they're still must haves, but they're not like the game doesn't revolve around them like you
because
and you. But
when we get down the line, we'll probably see some Pikmin that are very very versatile
yeah,
in many scenarios.
B tier are they're good.
They're they're
However,
good, but
they could
you
get
need to use them
outclassed by other
like
types, but they're good with what they do. C tier, I consider these Pikmin to be niche. They have their use. Like they do like no Pikmin is useless. There's no Pikmin that's just flat out bad besides Puffman, I guess, if you want to get
and
technical.
plus for all four games, you do need specific
Yeah,
species
you
of
you
Pikmin
do
to
need them
progress
all.
through the
Every single
game.
one of these shines, and I'm pretty sure you need every single one of these for 100%. Might be wrong about that. Uh and then D tier, these are lack.
They're bad.
Yeah, I
They lack a lot of things.
all
They're
right.
pretty inconsistent and bad.
Yeah, or they only do like one or two things, and that's all they do. They don't do anything else. So Reds and
Red
one.
Pikmin of Pikmin One.
I
I
think
think
A.
they're good.
I think
Yeah,
A.
they're really good. They
They
have
are
good damage output.
Fire
They're immune to
one is
fire.
really deadly. They're really good with enemies. They're
A lot of beefy enemies could become a problem, but if you have like
yeah.
75 reds
The
in your
difference
party, you can
between
just annihilate
the difference
certain
between
enemies.
having like 50 blues and 50 reds fighting an enemy is like night and day. It's genuinely insane the amount of damage. I don't think they go in S. I don't because the game doesn't revolve around them.
I do agree. They should just stay in A because
Yeah,
they're a good all around Pikmin to have. Like I think they're pretty like useful throughout like all four games. In my opinion, I
yeah,
think they're pretty good throughout all four games.
yeah. I think they're the
But I do agree
best.
with A.
I would honestly argue they're the best in one.
Really? I might take you up on it
I
because
honestly
I
think
feel like
because without
the red
spoiling
Pikmin.
it more, I've okay. We'll go into them later. Yellow's in one. I'm also putting an A. By
I
far the
think
most over uh underrated Pikmin in the series. No
they
contest.
are good. They are pretty decent for what
Because
they do,
bomb
but
rocks are really good for shortcuts. They're really good for taking out enemies very quickly and taking out walls really quickly. And the throw height's required for 100% as well. I mean, to be fair, you only have like no more than 15 of them. I mean, when you fight Emperor Bulblax, sure, take 40 or 30 or whatever, but you don't have any more than 50. But these guys are really good. They're really solid. The only thing they have against them is, sure, the throw height's kind of niche. You only need it for like, you need it for Libra, you need it for UV lamp, you need it for Chronos Reactor if you're not using any skips or glitches. Is that it? Is it just 3. I think it might be 3. If I'm wrong about that. Oh, technically you need it for
I've
Geiger counter
probably
too to
don't
take down the
know
walls.
that
You need
either.
it. Okay, yeah, you need it for a bunch of stuff. They're good. They're good. They're good.
Yellows are very consistent,
Hmm.
but I feel like people just don't give them the opportunity to shine,
Particularly at
even though the first game does revolve around three
yeah.
species of Pikmin.
Honestly, yellows in one, they are really good. Like I almost
Oh,
always
oh,
have them for all of 5 of the areas. They're always with me doing something. And at high level, you gotta have a whole bunch. If you're trying to do like distance spraying one day, you have to. You don't. I don't even use reds for doing distance spraying in one day because just do yellows and blues. Okay. Anywho.
I think a lot of the areas in the first game need like oh, you don't need a certain Pikmin type. You can use it with two others and
Mhm.
get it out of the way.
Blues in one.
I think A,
I'm
they're
gonna say
good.
they're better than yellows.
Yeah, they're
I should
probably
turn
better
my
than
phone off.
yours.
Pikmin Bloom,
I
stop
think
messaging me. Uh,
Bloom. Eh.
so there, I have seen an argument with some people that I do disagree with because blues only do one thing. I mean, they technically have the lifeguard ability, but like that's really niche. They go in water and that's what they do. They just go in water. However, Pikmin
There
One
are
is
parts in water. There are parts in the water.
Pikmin One is
So
by far
like
the most dominated game yeah, that when it comes to water, because in 4 and 3 you have Wings and Ochi.
speak,
In one you don't
speaking
have
of
that.
speaking of like one of the areas in four, like that area was just made for only blues to
Hmm.
thrive in.
Serene Shores, I'm assuming.
Serene Shores is
Yeah,
definitely the area I think are very good for blue Pikmin.
yeah. I think they're really good. You need them. Distant Sprain, you need them for like 8 ship parts. Enforced Naval, you need them a little bit less because you only need them for. No, you need them for
And then
4.
there's
You
the
need them for 4
smoky
because technically,
fog area.
the Libra, you need to hit the geyser so armor can go up. So technically, you need them for 4. All right. You got anything else you want to say about blues and one? I think I've.
I agree with all your points about
Mhm.
like all three of the Pikmin in the very first game.
They're
Like
all
they're
solid.
all efficient. They're all efficient in their own way. They can do stuff
Yep.
that like in later games they do like be in the background since other types do
Yes.
things better.
And it's by far the most balanced game. Despite what some people like to tell you, 3 and 4, honestly, I think they're just on as on balance as 2. But we'll get to that when we get to that. All right,
Pikmin 2.
2
Oh
Pikmin 2
boy.
time. Uh,
Um
I
I put the Reds in
B or
A. Like
C.
you, I probably B because
All right, I'll give them low B. I think that's fair.
there's like decent amount of fire springs which can
So
be removed by
Reds, in my
Reds.
honest opinion, Reds have like 3 things. First of all, you have them uh, in the early game, and you usually have like a lot of them
Well,
throughout
it
the
makes
game.
sense because technically they are the first Pikmin you
Yeah,
get in every
yeah.
game. Imagine a Pikmin game where you get a different Pikmin type
What is
as
this
the
Pikmin
first, and then
251 where you start with
go through.
yellows?
Oh God.
All right. Anywho, Reds. So
They're good.
they're
I
also
think they're
good for people because who don't want to
decent.
use purples
They're
in
decent.
combat. Because Reds are still good for combat despite purples
That is
being
true.
broken.
Right, and plus, you don't have the risk of losing any purples.
Yeah.
Reds are
Honestly, the
very
Fiery Bull
strong.
Blacks alone is I honestly think is the most threat. I honestly would rather fight a Groink or a Bulber than a Fiery Bullblacks because I basically have to use reds or I guess Bulbmin. I don't like using purples for that because I find it too risky.
I feel, yeah, I do have to agree because there is one moment when there was a cave and there were four fiery ball
3, you're
boxes,
talking
and I
about Tavern of
had,
Chaos level 2.
yeah,
I know my things.
I had 15 reds with me, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh god, what do I
Yeah, what
do?
I
Because
typically
I'm not
do for
killing
that
that
sub
thing way
level,
too quick.
like, even for, like, the late game caves of Wistful Wild, I still think I do 20, like, what I typically do is 20, 20, 20. Sometimes I only take 10 reds and take 30 purples instead, but I usually do 20, 20, 20. And reds, I think they're a little underrated. That might sound crazy to say.
I feel like the Reds, they're good.
They're still
Reds are
good. The
very,
thing
they're
is,
very good.
they just get outclassed. But they're good
Uh-huh.
for early
Because
game. They
and
do
this is
good
the
damage. Fire, sure, isn't like that deadly into, but it's still something you have to consider and think about. So I think
that
I'll
is true.
stick them in B.
Unless if you're surrounded by enemies and there's like fire everywhere, then that might be
Yeah.
a problem.
One thing I should note: Pikmin 2 and Pikmin, I guess 4 as well. But they look different. Is the only game where you can destroy fire geysers. So that does bring them down a
That is
bit.
true. That's the
Because in
only
1
way
and 3, I mean,
possible.
they barely exist in Pikmin 3. Like, I'm trying to think where else they exist
Hmm.
besides that one room in the tropical wilds. But yeah.
Distant, yeah, distant
Oh,
tundra.
this
Is
and
it
Tundra. Yeah,
called?
you're right. There we go. But
Yeah.
you got Wheat Pikmin. We'll get to that.
Somehow I even remember that area. That is probably the most forgettable area. I won't lie.
Really?
That was
Well,
probably the most.
maybe we'll make an area tier list as well. But we'll do that down the road. Anywho, uh, yeah, they're going an A.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think
say
they're better
high.
than
I think they're honestly.
Pikmin
I think
1
they're
yellows.
higher than. I think they're higher than both Pikmin One Yellow and Blue because
Yeah,
electricity
yeah,
is
that's honestly fair
very.
because
It is
electricity
very
is something you
dangerous.
have to work around with a lot.
Anti-beetles are one of the main enemies throughout most of the caves, and
Mhm.
you need yellows for a lot of things to
Also,
go
for
through.
the final boss, I don't think I've ever fought Titan Jewel without using yellows. Like maybe like in the Colossal Caverns run, I just started. There's
Oh,
one
don't
there, but
remind me of that boss.
yeah,
I wanna
yellows are
I wanna
essentially
say something
mandatory for
about
that
that
because
thing.
it takes the
Yeah,
boss
yellows are
down.
definitely the most efficient Pikmin into. They're really great against electricity. Their throw height is very
I
useful.
might disagree with you on that. Besides purples, I might, but we'll get there.
Oh, purple's a course.
Uh, blues into
D.
D. No, they're not
I think
D.
C.
I think
Probably
okay, I
C.
think B. I think B.
Yeah, I do agree
Because
with
one
that,
of the
but I
worst
feel like
feelings, and again, this is kind of
there are
on you,
some of
if
it.
you're in a cave and you find a treasure in the water, you don't have enough blue Pikmin, that is just like a horrible experience.
I when I played through most of the caves that had like water, I made sure I had like either
Yeah.
15 or 20 blues
Yeah,
with
so
me
I'm just thinking of
just
this.
to be
So
safe.
there's water in you need to use blues. I mean, yeah,
And
you
plus,
have to use
Pikmin
blues
2
in
is the
all
first
four
game.
of the above ground areas. They are great in shower room, they're mandatory for submerged castle. You can't even take the Pikmin into the submerged castle. Submerged
That is true.
castle, all
You
three
can't
of Wistful
even.
Wild caves, and oh, yeah, they're good in Stanker
Oh,
Hole too. Yeah, I think they're better than Reds for
or
sure.
Valley of Repose that has like
Yeah, Valley
a
Repose is
watery
really good for
area.
blues. I might give them low A.
I
You
want.
know, we'll come back to it, and we'll think
I
about it.
agree with low. I think low A is probably good for them.
Oh,
They are mandatory
oh,
for every cave
I
and
accidentally
area.
turned. Hold on, whoopsie doopsies. Okay, the
Oh
recording's
no.
still good. Well, would you look at the time? S. Do I?
Yeah.
So
It's not even a competition. Purple's in two,
they're
busted.
broken.
The most broken Pikmin type. And they are very important for
Okay,
one
hold on. I don't
specific
know about that.
treasure.
I think they might be tied with another. I might They might be tied with
Oh
another
great.
type, but
Here
we'll
we
get to
go.
that. So purple's, they're
Unlucky.
broken. The only thing they have going against them is
They're really
they're
slow.
slow.
I think they're slower in 2 than in any of the other games. I think
Yeah,
they're
they're slower in 2
slower in
because,
2.
flowers or general make your Pikmin go faster in 3 and 4. The only thing I would get going against them is, Candy Pop Bud system, which, that can be annoying. The Doomsday
Whi
apparatus is
which
something.
which did get negated in the 4th, which
Yeah.
did get negated in the 4th game.
Yeah,
So,
but to be
both
fair, for
purple
Gold
and
Bar,
white.
you have to go through the entirety of the Trial of the Sage Leaf to farm purples, and that takes like 5 times. No, not 5, like 3 times longer than just farming them in the
You know,
Bullbox Kingdom, but we'll get to that.
after replaying through the Trial of Sage Leaf so many times, thanks to Rush Boots and Ochi's upgrades, like, I can just speed run right
Yeah.
through and get to the final.
But anywho, going back to purples and 2, they're really good. They don't have that many drawbacks. They're broken, all the Pikmin 2
The
haters
only
love.
thing that's against them is their slowness, like, they
And
are
they
really
can be hard to
slow.
cultivate in the early game if you don't know what you're doing. But yeah.
Mhm.
If you're a Pikmin master such as myself, who knows what you're doing.
I am a decent Pikmin guy, so
Alright,
and hell, I make
whites.
tons of Pikmin. Whites,
I honestly might put
A? I
uh,
think they're A.
the rather going here or here. I think it might be better than
Probably,
yellows
yeah.
because
I don't know, they might be tied,
because
for, Pikmin 2
they I
yellows.
think in my opinion have the most versatility out of any Pikmin type. They are great for carrying. They have poison. They can be consumed by enemies, and they can see deep buried
Wait,
treasure. They are
that
mandatory for.
is true. If
Honestly, I
you
think they're
go
better than
into a ca if you go into a cave and don't have any white Pikmin,
yeah,
then, you need, there are some caves that use, white candy pop buds, and you can farm whites, that
yeah.
way.
I
And
just think they're.
same thing, with the drawback with purples, no onion, which was negated later on.
Yeah, I think that they're really good. They're not game breaking. They're not the meta. Like the game doesn't Pikmin 2 does not revolve around. But I honestly think Pikmin 2, besides purples, has pretty good type balancing. Besides purples
And
and
plus,
reds.
this is the first Pikmin game that we get access to 5, usable Pikmin.
6.
6,
You forgot this
because,
feller.
only 1 because it's only exclusive in caves, which is unfortunate,
Mhm.
but I think it's A, in my honest opinion. I think they're A. Like,
Really?
yeah, I
So
really
my
didn't
opinion has
realize.
honestly went down
Okay,
a little bit.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
be
Jack.
honest about.
Let me ask you this: would you get through the submerged castle if you did not have Bulbman? Yes or no?
I think I beat the submerged castle with only like 15 bowmen
But you
at my
still need
disposal,
Bulbman.
but
I mean, you don't need them, but
I actually did use
all right. You know,
the
we'll
purple
come. We'll
candy pop buds. But if you want to go with S, then that's fine.
okay.
Like
I
I
think it's
really
I think it's low
I
S because
I
yeah, they're
really
limited, but they could be really good. All right, Pikmin 3.
Pikmin 3. Oh boy.
I have a hot. I think
So
Reds are C
I think lower,
or
honestly. To be
B.
honest, I think they're lower.
You think
When is there ever fire utilized
so?
throughout the whole
So in
game? There
Pikmin
are 5
3,
areas.
they're kind of similar how they are in Pikmin 2, in my opinion. They are really good for like the early game, and once you're doing the cleanup, like once you're going through and trying to 100% every area, reds fall off hard.
That is true
And
because
plus, the thing
the
is,
second
combat in
Pikmin
Pikmin
you meet
3,
in
and
the
we're
game.
basing this off of normal difficulty. Combat in Pikmin 3 matters, I think, the least out of all the games because in Pikmin 3,
Yeah,
every
it
enemy is like
does.
3 hit points, and anything can kill them. And there
I
are
feel
two
like
types that
3
can
has.
nuke everything.
Uh-huh, that is true. The 2 and I will say, 2 of the newest Pikmin that were introduced
Yep,
for the game itself,
yep.
Chonk Boy and Pixie.
like Red's like once. I
Let's
think once you
see.
get to
Like
Twilight River, they fall off. Like yeah, they're really good for they're good for distant
they
tundra
are
the first
good.
trip.
I will
They're good for
say
Meteor Slug. I'll give it they're good for Meteor Slug. I like using them over like yellows and rocks for Meteor Slug.
I actually use the reds for like getting rid of the water dumplings, the water dumples,
Hmm.
like because reds can kill those things like pretty quick.
Hmm.
Rocks, well, I would
We'll
rather
get
not
to
risk
uh
losing rocks.
what else?
Yellow.
I didn't even if I'm factoring in mission mode and bingo battle, I would like to give a shout out to them on Rusted Labyrinth. I think it's the first layout where
Oh
when I
god,
play that, I don't even
I hate that one. That
I don't even
one.
grow up yellows. I just go for reds because taking stuff back is so annoying. But that's not gonna boost it up. But
Uh-huh.
that's just something to mention.
If
Yellows.
they're a rare,
I think I think they're C as well
yeah. See,
because yellows.
I'm just gonna realize the common theme for three because five of the Pikmin in three are just
Yep.
mid or trash.
Let
Like,
me explain my reasoning for yellows. They're really good for distance tundra the first time. They're really good for that. They're good for
mhm.
Fozbat, but once you do like what else do they do? There's a couple there's like five electrical gates throughout all the levels.
And
Sure.
also electricity is not that
Yeah,
efficient
that's
as
true.
it was
Electricity doesn't
in
kill
two.
anymore, and the like amp rat uses electricity. I guess Plasma Wraith does if you really want to throw it a bone, but like
Mhm.
they don't do it.
There's
Like
only like two enemies in Pikmin 3 that utilizes
honestly,
electricity.
in Pikmin 3, yellow Pikmin, like when I'm doing my 100% cleanup, when I'm picking my Pikmin, I'm like, oh yeah, yellow Pikmin exists in this game. Like at least for reds in 2, I'm like, okay, I want to take them with me. For yellows in 3, I'm like, oh, there's an electrical gate, take that down, put them back in the onion, get rid of them. They don't do anything.
They are useful for like the first part of like distant tundra,
Yes,
which you need
but
them
once you
for.
get out of
And
that,
that's the
they are.
only area that you need
I'm not
yellows
putting them in
for.
D because they are required for 100%, and there's no other way to get rid of electrical gates. But yeah. Oh boy.
Blues.
D.
E. Yeah, they're bad.
So the
You know,
first
they're
thing I always
not
like to
really
bring this up,
good.
you don't get them until the last like quarter of the game.
That
In
is
Pikmin
true.
1,
Like it's
you
so
in
sad.
Pikmin 1, you get blues around day 3 or 4. In Pikmin 2, I'm just doing casual playthrough, I'm not doing speedrun. In Pikmin 2, you get blues around day 5 or 6, maybe 7 if you're slow. In Pikmin 3, on a casual playthrough, you don't get these guys until like day 20 or
That is
later.
true, which is so bad, and plus, you already
And
have
you know
4 Pikmin
who
in your roster.
negates them a lot. Far more.
Mhm.
They're only good, there's like less than 15 fruits.
They're good for Quaggle and Myroclaps, I will
Oh,
admit that. They
actually, no, they're
are
not.
good for.
They are not good for Quagled Myroclops. I take that back. Winged Pikmin of
Oh,
Spicy
really?
Spray nuke the Myroclops. There is no reason to use blues against the Myroclops. Particularly if you're doing
That
Garden
is
Home in one
true.
day, you do not need to grow up like, I don't know, 50 blues and then go fight him. You just take out your Winged Pikmin army and your rocks and you throw a captain into the tom. He gets stunned or whatever, or he's trying to digest them, and you charge him and it nukes them and you're dead.
That is true.
That is
Okay,
true.
but we're not talking about those 2 yet,
No, we're not
but
talking about
we
those
are
two yet.
talking about one of them, the
Uh,
Chunk Boy, my personal
they're
favorite
good.
Pikmin.
They're good in Mission Out Bingo Battle. They can be really good in Stagnant Sea and Berry Pond, but like rocks, I'm gonna give them high A.
I They're S for me.
I
I
don't
love
think they're
rock
S.
Pikmin in 3.
Because in my
They're
opinion,
my
an S
personal
tier Pikmin
favorite.
is the game
Mhm.
revolves around them. I don't
It is
think,
true.
in my
But
opinion,
I feel like 3 does revolve around rocks and wings more because there's more puzzles for them to do,
hmm,
and
You know,
And basically the other 3 just
I'm fine to put
exist.
it in low S. I'm not putting anything above low S, but
Yes, I agree. Even though I love rock Pikmin, but I agree with low S.
because they're good in combat and can do a lot of damage. They're required for 2
And th
bosses.
and
Oh, the
and they
Plasma Wraith. They nuked the
actually
Plasma
don't
Wraith.
get
Okay,
sad.
maybe,
Actually, they don't die to the plasma
yeah,
wraith
they can only
when
die from,
he's
their
stabbing.
hazards, which whoop-de-doo if you have,
Yeah.
like, a trillion hours to call them
And
back.
also they can't be crushed is the neat part. On
Yeah,
any surface, they're A-okay.
yeah. Oh, these
Oh
fellas.
boy. Just
One of the
oh,
things that I have realized from being a Pikmin content creator is people are like, huh, why do you put winged Pikmin so high? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. They can cheese almost every puzzle in the game, even in Deluxe. I don't know where that rumor started that Nintendo patched it out. It did not. You can cheese like the big weighing puzzle scale in Garden Hope that would take you, I don't know, 4 minutes. Man, just press the X button, the weight Pikmin will do it.
oh yeah, that's what I did for getting that piece of fruit that's like high up.
Mhm.
Wings just instantly negate that
They
puzzle.
are honestly, I think they're a little bit worse than purples, but they are broken in combat. And it would be like, oh, Mr.
They
Pikmin, they do
are.
half damage. How are they bad? You get a spicy spray, you charge them, and it nukes everything.
And
I'm
plus,
just saying. Like, I
like,
love Pikmin 2 and I love Pikmin 3, but I am
like,
really, really tired. And it kind of pisses me off that people keep puffing about how, oh, purples are so broken. They're so overpowered. Pikmin 3 is perfect. No, it's not. No, it's not. When Pikmin are just as,
wing
if not
Pikmin
more
are
broken, because you can
definitely the
collect a whole
better.
bunch of them. And unlike purples, they can cheese almost every puzzle in the game and bosses. And they're good at
That is
carrying, and
true.
they nuke blues
Have
as
a
well. Sorry about the
have
rant, but
100 wing Pikmin and go do a collectathon of
yeah.
everything.
The only thing that they
Hundreds of wings will just buzz right back to the
yeah,
base with almost
like,
like
I'm trying to think
enemies,
what's
pellets, or like pieces of fruit you need.
mhm. I'm trying to think what's, like, bad about them. The only thing that's really I mean, they're half damage, which gets negated by Spicy Spray,
I
which
feel
even
like
if you're not
wait,
actively farming, you could get a crap ton of that.
isn't white Pikmin like the worst at damage output? Isn't it
I'm
like the
pretty sure
white
whites or
Pikmin
wings
have
are top,
do
but you
they
just
have
get a
like the
Spicy Spray off their
worst?
wings. Oh, also, in
Yeah.
Bingo Battle, if you take your opponent's Victory
You
Macaroon
know
with
what?
8 winged
The wings
Pikmin,
are
there is
so
nothing they
cheap.
can do.
I will say this, the wings are definitely the most cheapest Pikmin in Bingo Battle, which you
Yep.
could just like only farm pinks and just steal things from
Yep.
others.
Uh, purples, D.
Or the white
So
Pikmin, do we even need to say anything else about them?
I like to go into detail. I don't want to rush through them. Uh, they're like
They're awful.
what's it called?
Purples
Like their
are awful.
slam is like glitched. Like they do a slam animation, but it doesn't get fully finished or whatever. Doesn't do any damage.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I also apparently my copy of Pikmin 3 is glitched because the purples I have,
yeah.
their eyes are green.
Okay, you
Their
gotta
eyes
show
are
me
actually
that.
green. Like, I'm not even kidding. Their eyes are actually green. Okay, I might show you
Yeah,
what
show me
after
that.
we're
Show me that
done
when we're
here.
done making this video.
Because oh my god, that is so creepy because the purples look so
I will
weird.
give them this. I will give them this. They are really good in one bingo battle layout. Arid
Mhm.
Metropolis layout C, I believe it
Oh
is.
yeah, with the ugly caterpillars,
Yes,
which no
that
one
one,
likes.
because you can go collect like 7 things very quickly. But yeah, the
The only thing they're good at is just bingo battle, and that's it.
do you think whites are better or worse than purples? I'm
I
honestly
think they're slightly better. I think they're
all
slightly
right.
better.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them for that. They're just nugget slaves in mission mode. That's all they do.
Well, unless if there are stages that have wings
Yeah,
and
that's
lights.
true. Because winged Pikmin also rob whites because whites were originally the carriers in 2. Nope, not anymore. They do
I feel
not.
also another thing in Pikmin 2, I had like 25 white Pikmin with me the whole run. And like I had no issue with just 25 white Pikmin with me and just collected pretty much everything.
Mhm.
Like they're very efficient in carrying, but combat wise, they're decent. Half
Yeah.
damage negates
They
the
are good.
out of
The
them.
point actually,
The poison, the
unlike in
the
2 and
poison
4, I
in
actually like to use the white Pikmin to kill enemies, like in, map 11.
I
I like
wouldn't
using it
let
in
me
Bingo
do
Battle to
that.
do that, and same with
I
a couple
wouldn't want
maps
to
in Mission Mode,
sacrifice.
but yeah.
I
Alright.
wouldn't want to kill any white Pikmin because they are very useful for
Mhm.
carrying.
Yeah. And their poison damage
Red.
got nerfed too. Like in
Oh
Pikmin
yeah,
2,
that is
1
true.
white Pikmin would kill a Bulborb. In 3, it's like it's more than that. I know it's different in Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I don't know the exact numbers. Can't cite my sources. Alright, Pikmin 4 time.
Yes, my favorite game in the Rust series.
I think high B.
Right. Yeah, I do
Fire
agree.
starters,
Like
if fire starters not exist, they would probably be below Pikmin 3 Reds.
that is true. Like also another thing with four, three Pikmin types only limited
Oh
out.
yeah,
Like
that hint
that
hint,
does
wink wink,
negate
nudge nudge. There's
many.
gonna be some Pikmin types
That
that
negates
get the
a lot of
ranking thrown
Pikmin.
in the ground because of that. But anywho,
Reds are very good for like taking out fire geysers. Really good for fire
yeah,
starters,
they're
and
good in the
they're
early game as they are in 2, 3, and 1 as well.
in late game.
Yeah, the fire
What's that?
starters.
What's that ice cave called? It's called
Frozen
Frost
Inferno, I
something.
believe it is.
Yes, that's what it is. Frozen Inferno. Like you can only take reds in there, and that's it. Like you can only take reds in
Oh,
there.
that's true. That's honestly a fair point.
That's the second cave
Also,
that
Glow
actually
Pikmin and Ochi not being able to use fire starters really helps them out. If like Glow Pikmin could use it, they would be down in C in my opinion. But they can't.
absolutely, I agree.
Uh
Now
Yellows.
yellows. Uh, I think B.
Oh wait, what do they do? What do they do in
Honestly,
in
they're
Pikmin
good
4?
for.
Like I
I
think they
feel
do
like
more in Pikmin 3, honestly.
yeah. Yeah, I think C. Like because I'm trying to think what they're really good at. I guess like getting like Farlix and whatnot, like
Yeah, they're good in
healing
Suncycle
energy.
Terrace, and they're good in a couple
Blooming
caves
Arcania.
and the Andori
I think
challenges.
Bloom I think Blooming Arcania is like a really good spot for them. Like
Yeah,
there are
yeah.
some cases you do need yellows,
Alright,
but other
alright.
than
I'll
that,
throw it to high C. I can't because what you get like even when you rescue Olimar, like what do they do? They just rot in your onion.
mhm, never see the daylight again
Yep.
because in this game, 9 species of Pikmin.
Mm-hmm. And electricity, sure, electricity can kill, but like I think I've only
It
ever seen that happen
takes like
once. And that was because I
it
was playing Pikmin 4
takes a
Kaizo,
bit.
so that does not count.
Yeah. Blue Pikmin. I think
A or B? I might give
A?
A?
I'm
Alright.
going A. Like, they're really good for
Where do you
serene
think they
shores.
go in A?
Look, I give them low A because they're really good for a
Yeah,
lot of caves that have water. An area that is specifically made for them if you don't use the dog
yeah,
or aka the ghost at Pikmin.
yeah. Yeah, they're good in serene shores. They're good in a bunch of caves.
Seafloor Resort
Yeah,
is
they're
one
really good
cave
at
that
that.
really utilizes
I
them.
think they deserve A tier. I think that's fair.
Blues went from being probably the most forgettable to being like they're really they you need them for a
Yeah,
lot of certain
I mean, I
things.
think they're really good in every game except for 3, if you're asking me. They're a little worse
Yeah,
in 2.
three is the only game that they're just
Yeah,
bad.
they're
Like
just
they're really
bad.
bad.
Uh, purples and 4.
A. I think
I
high
think
A?
S.
Really? You
Yeah,
you put them in S as well.
I'll explain why. They really good with transportation. First of all, you can get an onion, and you can farm them really like when I'm seeing Pikmin 4, just go into the Engulfed Castle 10 times with 100 purples. There you go.
And another thing, since the new update came out, carrying over data, you can replay the main story
Yeah,
with
yeah.
every Pikmin
I think they
mod.
go in S. I think they're above
Like
Bulkman and Rocks
purples,
for 3,
pur-
honestly.
purples are a must to have in your squad. For four, that there are specific caves and areas that utilize purples,
Mhm. They're really good for final boss as well. You need them for
and
100%.
that's why they're needed for the final cave. I like how I think all of
Yeah.
Pikmin 2's
Mhm.
Pikmin types are used for the final boss.
Yeah, I usually do. I For the final cave, I usually just do like 50 purples or 50 glow Pikmin, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
White white Pikmin. I think they're good. I think they're better than
Real
Pikmin
okay.
3. I think they're
So
better than
the thing that
3's
hinders
counterpart.
whites and wanes is the 3 type limit because they are mostly transport
Oh
Pikmin.
yeah. Also another thing. 4's white and wing, they're only utilized in the last area of the
There, I,
game.
I, I could give the rather high C or low B. I'm not putting them anywhere above that.
I think low B because
All right.
white Pikmin are very good for raw materials, gold nuggets, and a lot of small treasures too
Yeah, that's
that
true.
only
But,
need
but
one
my
Pikmin.
argument is why would I use whites when other options exist? Like there are very few times
Well,
in Pikmin
I
4,
use
besides in like
for me,
Primordial
me,
Thicket
me, per,
and a couple
me
of the
personally,
caves.
for me personally, I would rather stick with using whites. Like they're good for carrying enemy corpses back if you want to farm more of the white Pikmin.
Mhm.
And pellets, raw materials, small treasures that cost like one, and
Yeah,
gold
but here's the
nuggets.
thing. Here's the 3 type limit is rearing its ugly head again. If you commit to taking white Pikmin out, you are basically saying I'm only gonna
I
take
would
whites.
actually do it for a challenge. You know what? I would actually consider doing a Pikmin 4 challenge where I randomize the 8 Pikmin that are utilized for
Hmm.
each area. Oh, I'm gonna
All right,
generate a
I
number.
will give them
Two
low B. That is fair. They're good for that, but they're not going any
like
higher.
2, 7, and maybe 6. And now those Pikmin would be yellow for starters.
Mhm.
And then 6 would probably be rock. 7 would be wings,
Okay, so
just for a
rock
challenge.
Pikmin are.
They got nerfed the hell out
I
of,
think they're either gonna go in
but
high B or low A.
I think low A because they die on
Here's the
hard
question with
surfaces.
rocks. Why would I use rocks when purples, ice, glow, and the dog exists, and redstone? I mean, they're good for combat,
I mean,
sure,
with
but
a
why would I
hybrid rock
use
Pikmin,
rocks? Like that's
well,
here's my
there is,
argument. Let's pretend I'm going to a fight, and I could take a machine gun or I could take a
uh,
AK-48. Why would I take the AK-48 instead of the machine gun? Now, to be fair, you can like one shot things if you charge like if you have like 100 rocks with Ochi. Sure, but you could do that
that I was
with
gonna bring
this
up,
fella or
but
this fella
never
or
mind.
this fella too, or even these.
They are pretty good against the Empress Bull Blacks.
True,
Like
I'll give
she
they're good
can't
for Emperors. I'll
crush
give you
them.
that. I'll give you that.
She can't crush them.
Yep.
They're the only Pikmin in that game that can actually negate one of the most annoying bosses from the second game.
Yeah, but Emperor Sid 4 is kind of a joke compared to how it was in 2, but that's a topic for a different day.
Hmm. Not doing
I
that again.
think I think low A, they're not going above that.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
Not
they get
nothing beats
negated by everything else. Alright, Wayne's C.
B.
I might get
I
I'm not I'll give you whites, I might give you Wayne's. For whites, I could
okay,
make an
all
argument.
right.
For Wayne's, there's no way you can make me an argument for them.
Yeah, the wings actually, I think wings got hindered the most
Yeah.
out of three's
So
roster.
they don't
Wings
take
got
their
nerfed the
shortcuts
hell
anymore. I
out
mean,
of.
they can take their shortcuts, but they almost never do. They can get
They
crushed
mostly
in this
follow the
game.
standard path. They
And
mostly
again, I'm gonna
stay.
be asking that question again. Why would you pick winged Pikmin with that lovely game design, just a three type limit, when other better types exist? I mean, they're good for Primordial Thicket, I'll give them that. I will give them that. They're good for 1 out of 6 areas, and you're never going to use them in the other
Oh,
5.
also another thing, there is a Baldy Longlegs in Primordial Thicket, but
True, it's true.
yellows.
They're good for that. They're good.
Yellow
I'll
Pikmin,
give you that.
I feel like if you just use yellows for Baldy in that area, then that's fine. I Wings have definitely gotten the most nerf
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
that's
think
true. Because at
the
least
devs are
whites
like,
and
what have
rocks
you
are
done?
still good.
Rocks
Wings are
and
niche.
whites have
They can
definitely
be good, but like, why would I ever take them?
yeah.
All
Now
right.
we get to our two newest Pikmin in the roster. Ice Easy S. Like they're really efficient in combat. Their
I
freezing mechanic is very
I
good.
don't know. I don't know if they're gonna go above or below or behind purples.
I think below the Pikmin 4 purples because ice Pikmin are very good at freezing
Yeah, they can be
parts of
really good in
water.
combat.
They're
However,
really
I don't
good.
really.
But if
Okay,
you
call me crazy.
rely
Call me crazy for a
on.
second. Besides flying enemies, I don't know. I'm not trying to be negative to form really, or like any game, but why would I try to freeze an enemy? Because in Pikmin 4, again, everything is like it's at a 3 HP, everything is 4 HP.
That is true because, well, if you want to farm more ice Pikmin, then use other Pikmin
Yeah,
to kill corpses on the field,
I
and then
honestly
have
used
ice
Ice
Pikmin
Pikmin
transfer them back.
for
That's
more
what
as
I do for
more
ice
as
Pikmin.
a
That's
tool instead
actually
of in combat.
that's kind of what I do for ice Pikmin and for like I'll just like farm
Mhm.
ice Pikmin, but without killing a specific enemy. I'll use that for other Pikmin. Rocks,
Yeah.
even reds. I'll even take purples on this one.
Yep,
And
yep,
also yellow Pikmin too, because their throw height can insta kill.
yep. Alright, glows. I think it's
Honestly, I think they're best. Yeah, they're better.
do you think
And they are the first exclusive nighttime Pikmin.
I don't know if they're better because you can't use them above ground, but sure.
That is true, but night missions, I feel like if night missions worked very differently, they could be very good.
Yeah,
Like,
oh yeah, I'll give you that.
close could be
Night
very
missions,
good
a couple
Pikmin.
of them can actually be tricky because they actually throw some pretty bulky enemies at you, and
Yeah.
sure.
Like, if you had, like, another reason why well, if people don't know, I make my own Pikmin types if I wanna,
Yeah,
like, say anything about it. Like,
go ahead.
I've made many nighttime exclusive Pikmin that utilize different abilities,
Mhm.
they can work both day and night, but day they are weaker, but at night they could be really efficient.
Yep.
Same thing with glows. If they weren't limited to just night in the caves, I feel like they could be a good potential Pikmin, but
Yeah.
it would have to be very specific.
Yeah, also, when you know, funny thing is with Pikmin 4, like 100%, you do not even need to do you only need to do 4 night expeditions for 100% of Pikmin 4. You don't need to do them all.
Oh yeah, that is true. Well, I feel like just rescuing all of the castaways who've been leafified does
Yeah.
count for something.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
plus, how would we get to know every personality that lives at the camp?
Fair enough, fair enough. Alright. Let's go through and see if we got anything else to say.
I agree with this list 100% all the way. I think this is
Alright.
actually
Purples and
accurate,
2,
correct.
they're the best. I don't think wings and 3 are almost better than purples and 2. It's slim, but
Really? You actually would think that? Oh my god. I think purples and two are very
the reason why I
good,
think
but
that the reason why not many people think that is because
They are
you
the
have
weakest
to
in the game.
kind of also put spicy spray into the occasion, but you just throw 5 Pikmin at the spider war and they go back and forth it, and they get you like 5 a
Also
day.
with the like with pinks, it's like that. Sure, their weak damage does bring them down, but it's not bad enough to where I don't want to use wings
You're
at
also
all.
gonna
But
remember, enemies of Pikmin 3, and we're doing this off of normal mode, are weak in general, so it
they
takes an
they
extra
the
2
enemies in three
nanoseconds to
are
kill a thing,
just
whoop-de-doo.
you could just Thanos snap at any enemy with just winged Pikmin.
Purples at 4, hmm,
They're great. Like I think they're
I honestly
really
might do that.
efficient. They're efficient, but I wouldn't say they're like top tier. They're like yes, you do need purples for certain
Mhm,
occasions, but I wouldn't say it's like, okay, if I'm just gonna utilize purples, there are other Pikmin types that you can use, like for other combat reasons. Ice Pikmin,
yeah.
is one. Rocks could be a contender, but I think Reg are probably better
Again, raw.
than
I
Rocks and Spore.
I'll discuss rocks later when we get down there. Glows. I think ice is better than glow, but you know what? I'm fine with
I
compromising.
actually agree. Ice is better than
All right.
glow because with ice Pikmin, like they're the only new species you can bring on during
Yeah.
the day and in caves. Glow
All
Pikmin
right.
are only exclusive to caves. And another thing with glows, glow mob is
Oh,
very
that's
good,
true. That's true. But you can only do that when you're playing
but
as like the
you
rookie. You
need
can't do that when
an
you play as the dog. But that's fair.
you need an amount of glow Pikmin to utilize glow mob very
Yeah.
efficiently. That's why I would like speed run to get glow pellets very quickly to
Yeah.
build up glows. Bowman and two. I wish I had a better opinion on these guys. I'm
Uh,
gonna be
my
honest. I wish I
opinion
had
is
an
they're really
opinion on
good. The
them.
fact that they're in the submerged castle boost. If they were not in the submerged castle, I think I'll put them in A. But the fact they're immune to
And other
everything,
caves? Aren't they in some other caves? I'm trying
they're
to
in
remember.
Frontier Cavern, Hole of Heroes, Submerged Castle. That's it. But they're really good. I mean, being on syllable 3 of
Which those three caves are a pain in the ass to deal with. That's why now I see why you utilize Baldman very efficiently because they are the most needed Pikmin for those
yeah.
occasions.
This will also help that like every single Pikmin 2 mod, like Endless Abyss, Causal Caverns, etc., etc. They're the main stars of the show. Rocks,
Hmm.
I don't think
Ross
they're
is
S,
good.
but I'll let it be. I think they're
I
high A,
I I
but
I honestly prefer them like in three better because
yeah,
they can negate the final boss.
yeah, that's
They could
true.
just
Okay,
negate him.
honestly, that's fair. I'll put them in S because of that.
And
That's
another
fair.
thing you mentioned about rocks, they're good in bingo battle. They're very good in collect
Oh, they're really bad at killing captains though, but
treasure
like
and battle enemies.
you almost never
Yeah.
go for that. So what to do?
You don't really only use that for them. Wait, do reds do more damage in bingo battle?
Yeah,
I'm
that's last
actually
stop because
curious about that.
Rocket would just slam into the
Oh my
opposing
god,
captain.
that is so OP. Like just a bunch of reds just chasing you.
Yeah, but like,
That happened to me
in
one
a
time.
in
I
a
was like
real
playing
match, like I'm not even talking about like being like SBU or J playing. Like in a real match, you went against like mid level players, captains going down, particularly in deluxe, they have more health. Is something you don't usually do. But all right, whites and
rare for
two.
captains going down. It's like very
I
rare
think
for
in the
captains to
tournament I
actually
ran,
go
Jack,
down.
I'm pretty sure that only happened 2 times. The captain went
Really?
down,
Oh my
and
god.
the reason that happened was because the other player was not paying attention to their captain getting wailed on,
Oh yeah,
which
that I
Dandori
feel like
issue.
with bingo battle, I feel like utilizing either one or two captains is probably more efficient in a
Yeah,
way.
that's
Like
why I do
you could
2v2.
swap between
2v2 and 1v1
you
basically
could
might be two different games
oh
because
my
of how you
god,
play it.
imagine if the president actually was playable in bingo battle.
Yeah, that would.
Something would be a 3v3, three captains versus
Oh, that'd be
three
really good.
others.
But
That'd be
anywho,
hilarious.
White Pikmin. They're,
I agree with A.
they're
Like
really
they're very
good.
important.
One thing I should also mention. There's a lot of times you could just throw them on a treasure and they'll just whip past all the hazards. You don't have to worry about that.
Oh, really? I did not
If they're flowered up, like Sub-level
What?
5
I
of
actually did
Subterranean
not know that
Complex,
because
flower
I
them up, and they'll
would
just
get
go right
rid of.
past the volatile duels most of the time.
I,
Most
I,
of the time.
oh my god, I've been taking white Pikmin for granted. Now I see why they are the best
Oh,
in
they're
my
also good for
opinion for
speedrunning.
two.
Alright. Yellows
That is true.
Yellows are also
I
really
do
good
agree
too.
with you.
Like,
Yeah, we've already discussed what yellows can do in
I
two.
don't
Like electricity is will just nuke
I
any
don't feel like
Pikmin that is not
revisiting
yellow or bulb.
I don't feel like revisiting talking about the OG trio from one. They're just really solid, really good. I don't think I need to give any more
Yeah,
reason to why.
I do agree. Like all three of them, like they all have their quirks, and you need those quirks to finish the first game.
Yeah. Blues, they're really good. I honestly, I'm not a hater of rock Pigment. I genuinely think the rocks should be lowered, and the reason it's probably me. It's all because of how I play. So it's a me problem. If I'm going up for combat Pikmin, I got these three and the dog. And I guess reds
Hmm.
too. Why would I use rocks? But you know what?
Also,
They can
there
be
is
good. They can be
one
good.
cave.
I'll leave them in A.
Giant's Hearth actually has one cave, Curdle of the Beast, that utilizes reds, purples, and
Yes,
rocks.
that's true. That
Like
all right,
I
all right.
for me that's a top tier team
Oh
of
yeah,
the three
rocks are really good at
Pikmin.
taking on the Perquilin as well. I should have thrown that out there earlier, but yeah. Uh, reds and
Yeah,
four,
I think beef for four. They're decent. I wouldn't say they're
fire
like
starters. Fire
good,
starters
but
like carry them hard. If they didn't have
fire
that,
starters. It's the only thing. If not for that, they would just be so
they
much
would be
worse.
high
Like
D tier if they
I
didn't have that. Honestly,
I honestly have more positive opinions for the Pikmin themselves than the actual enemies or even captains.
yeah.
It just shows that I only care about the Pikmin
Who do
themselves.
you think you are? LARP only plays Bloom? Okay, joke.
Oh
Too many of
well,
those
actually,
people
I
follow
stopped playing
me.
Bloom.
No offense. Actually, yeah, there is
Actually,
offense. I'm actually making a video about
funny
that. But
enough, I
anywho,
actually stopped playing. I actually stopped playing Bloom. I'm not even kidding. I actually stopped
I
playing
have actually haven't
Bloom
been playing Bloom
because
that much either because Bloom, the fact that we're only adding decor
like what you
Pikmin and
mentioned,
me outfits.
like
Oh, but
what
we can do special effects. Taiwan can get IKEA, but even in the United States or Canada, screw you. You don't exist. Okay, off topic. Let's
also
get back on
another
track here.
reason.
Blues for two. I think they're. I don't know. Do I put them here?
They're
No,
good.
no. I'll put them there. That's fine. Reds.
B is probably better for them. B same
Uh,
thing with Reds.
I'm thinking about putting Reds in two and high C. Yeah, they're better
If
than
you want
Whites
to
in
go
four.
for
They're
it,
better than Whites in four. The
then yeah, that then White Pikmin and 4 should go down in C, maybe?
yeah, I like this more. I like this more. This
Because,
fits.
when are you gonna utilize White Pikmin? Like,
Yeah,
as I mentioned
that's my
earlier,
same
they're good
argument
for
for the
pellets
rocks, but
killing enemies.
I can't for the rock Pikmin. At least I can understand that it might just be a personal issue about how I play the game. Where white Pikmin is more like they're gonna primordial thicket and like two caves. Woohoo.
For whenever I play 4, I'm like, "Rock Pikmin, always coming with me." I don't care if they got nerfed a bit, but they're still
Yeah, that's
good
fair. I can
Pikmin.
understand the value of them. I'm like, okay, yellows.
Also, you can combo ice with rocks, like freeze an enemy and just go wham on the frozen
Yeah,
enemy
that's
with
true. But yeah,
rocks.
yeah. Uh, yellows and four. Wow,
I agree, but I feel like it's
wow, you
very
exist. That's
situational.
what they are.
Wow.
S Both of them. Like, what do they do? What do yellows in three and four do? Genuinely.
You take down like tall enemies, like I have taken in 4, I have taken yellows against Baldy, and they do very good. Like I will admit, they do very good.
Honest.
Same thing with 3. Like, well, unless
They're
if
only
it's
good
like
with
the
Distant Tundra
hairy
day one
bald
and like
heads.
a couple other things, and they fall off hard late
Mhm.
game.
As for Pikmin 4 wings, yeah, they nerfed the hell out of them. Like
They're good in
I feel
Primordial
bad.
Thicket, I guess, but like, whoop de doo, they don't really do much.
Another thing for Primordial Thicket, you can swap out wings for any other species of Pikmin
Yeah,
except for Glow.
except for
They're the
Glow.
only ones.
D tier,
because
blues. What?
I like
Wow.
how D tier is just made for only 3 Pikmin, and
I
they're
don't.
all for the same game.
I do not hate Pikmin 3. I really don't. I love Pikmin 3 to death. I just think it has the worst
Alpha's
type
my boy.
balancing.
I love that. Alpha's my boy. I grew up with 3, and I'm happy I got to experience Pikmin 3. Without it, I wouldn't even know what Pikmin actually were.
I grew up with 3 before 1 and 2 and 4, so but even with like like these are only good in bingo battle. They get completely shafted by these. These get
I feel
shafted
like
by these, and these are only good in one
purple
bingo battle stage. All right.
purples and whites I feel like they're only good for like bingo battle, but for white Pikmin,
Mhm.
mission mode is definitely where they shine the most.
All right. Well, do you have any more thoughts on this? I agree with everything. I think I would put the Rock Boys down a tier, but like tomato, tomato, whatever doesn't matter.
I do agree with this updated list because like every Pikmin that we mention like throughout all 4 games, it
They
makes
all
the
have
most
their
sense
use.
for
Every single one of these
each
is
pick,
good.
and plus throughout all 4 games, you need specific species of Pikmin to go through the whole game.
Hmm.
Like you need if you want to cheese enemies so quickly in 2, purples, freezing enemies in 4, ice Pikmin, carrying things across water, wings exist
Yep.
in 3. Pur- Purples are probably the most powerful
Yeah, yeah,
out of
that's
like the
true.
whole roster. Like without purples, I feel like Pikmin would be a different series. Like without purples, it would be a
Really?
different like experience. Like okay,
Okay.
when I'm
If
saying this, Caveless has no purples until like they got added later on, but they were nerfed.
yeah, that's fair bringing up caveless, but mods or something I just put a
I feel
passing
like
glare.
balancing I feel like, in my opinion, 4 did balance like each Pikmin type out to where
Yeah,
they can all
I would
be
give you
good
in
in their
Pikmin
own
4,
way.
I feel like the devs tried their best. They just made some a little too good and some a little too bad.
Purples are back in their prime
And
in
then
4,
in
I would
Pikmin
say at
2 and
least.
3, the devs put way too much focus on the new guys and for the most part shafted like the old ones.
That is true. Same thing with 3, and
Yeah.
same thing with 3 with all 5 of the previous 2 games, because
Rocks and
Rocks and
Wings
Wings,
are really good in
they're the
3.
most efficient Pikmin types in 3.
Yeah.
Like, you can go to any area, 50 for rocks, 50 for wings, and just go through, like, split up into teams, take how many Pikmin there are, and just, like,
Yeah, you can
go through and just,
pretty much get everything there, sure.
rock Pikmin have no drawbacks in 3. Same thing with wings, but
Yeah.
wings do have the damage half, which does bring them down,
Yeah,
but for
but my
carrying
counter
things,
argument
they are
is
better.
spicy spray and the fact that in 3 enemies
Alright, so
are
what if spicy spray never existed? Like, never
if
existed.
spicy okay, if spicy spray never existed, they would probably be like here.
Yeah.
Because look at like in Pikmin 3, the enemies are super weak in that game. So even with the half and they do more
I
damage to
will
flying enemies too.
Oh, that is true. I did not know that. Like, I
I should have
completely
mentioned
forgot
that,
about
but
that
like
trait about them.
I genuinely
They're rip for Pikmin Three's wings, they negate the hell out of Scornet Maestro.
and Meyerclops too, but
Yep.
maybe a
Two
two.
two of two of the two of the second to last bosses in the whole game just negated by wings.
Mhm. Maybe I'm too much of a Pikmin sweat for saying that wins are this
They,
high, but go watch
they,
anyone
they are
speedrun
small.
Pikmin 3 and you will see I'm not just pulling stuff out of my butt. I can cite pretty much all my sources here, if you will.
I just realized I only mentioned one Pikmin mod the whole video,
I
and
mentioned
you
the whole
just
bunch.
mentioned
Oh,
like
you know what? Okay, I'll
quite
mention
a
one that's not
few.
Pikmin 2. In Repick 3 Deluxe, these 3 are actually not garbage.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, Tom, the
Yellow.
creator, generally did a better job balancing the Pikmin types. Oh, purple and whites are in that game, and they're genuinely
That is
really
true.
good.
That is true. I have not seen videos about purples and whites being like
Go
used in the
go
story and
watch
how they
Half's or go
function.
watch mine as well. I'll make a post of the series about it. Okay, anywho. Yeah. I'm literally playing
Who
through that
knows?
like right now. I was playing it last night, and the type balancing
Oh
is
yeah, I did see quite a few videos. I'm like, huh, Repick Deluxe, but it's Kaizo edition. I'm like, I wonder how that
it's Kaizo
is
True
turned out.
Spice. Like the enemies in that are like I actually lose like 30
They're
Pikmin to a
dangerous.
Bulbear
They're
in
like
Pikmin 3. It's crazy that the game's difficult.
they're dangerous.
Anywho, you got any closing thoughts for this? I don't think I disagree with like
I
besides
don't. I honestly think I had a better opinion about the Pikmin than I did like any of the enemies
well
because
guess what? We'll,
with the
we'll
Pikmin,
remake that sometime.
eventually,
Eventually, we'll
that
get our elbow on the
and
back burner. We'll do it like in 2028, but there we go.
but who knows? We might do a tier list where 1,000 Pikmin of mine get ranked. Oh, I don't know. Nah,
Hmm.
I'm kidding.
We'll see. We'll see. All right.
If
Wow, this
I
video is more than an
if I
hour
actually
long.
win.
So I said I would make less gameplay videos, and here y'all folks go. Well,
Hmm.
thank y'all so much for watching. Do the like, do the
The,
comment, do the
the
subscribe.
the tier doing these kinds of tier lists and
If you
especially
got
doing it with a creator I've been friends with like years at this
six
point.
years, 6 years.
Bonded through tiny little plant creatures in
Yeah,
a puzzle filled game that's actually fun. I don't know why
yeah. For
people are
now,
saying, "Oh,
this
Pikmin
video
is
is one
bad." Blah
hour and
blah blah.
43 minute, 1 hour and 1 minute
I
long.
think that's actually a good time. Like
Yeah,
honestly, I thought we would be here for like hours,
yeah.
but nah, we got through
No,
pretty
I
much
didn't feel
everything
like
like
lots of
really
these are
good.
self-explanatory. Like I feel like I only really need to explain myself for like some of them.
Unless I feel like unless other people get the opportunity to play Pikmin, you
Yeah,
should, or else
yeah,
Pur- Pikmin 2 purples will be knocking at your door.
yeah. And Louis will be in your refrigerator as well.
Uh, that is true. Oh, we should mention the captains like later on,
Yeah,
like and probably a new tier list where every captain, every civilian,
gets
and
ranked.
rescue
We'll
corps
do that. We'll do
officer,
that. We'll make every Pikmin character.
even the ship, because it's a
Yeah,
character, so
yeah,
may as well include them.
yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna end it here. And thank y'all so much for Jack for being on this video.
Mission accomplished. We finished our mission. Off to
Yay!
do something else.
Yeah, same here. I got a bunch of stuff I need to do. Yeah.
Ah, same.
Well,
Actually, I got nothing else to do today. Goddamn.
too bad I don't. Oh, I'd love to just sit and play Velocity all day. Okay, okay, I'm gonna end it now.